people. My mom is a Zulu, and my father it was Portuguese. My mom did not have a relationship with my father. I was born during apartheid in 84. When I was born, I was kept in an orphanage to protect me from the Zulus that wanted to kill me because of the color of my skin. By the time I was 9 years old, I was reunited with my family because then South Africa was independent. Then Nelson Mandela was out of prison and he was running for president. Then we were able to coexist without the judgment, without the your people killed my people. See, that was based on perspective. They didn't look at me and say, oh, that's a child, she's innocent. They just looked at my skin color and said, oh, her people killed my family, blew up my family's house, killed my sister while she was coming from school, raped my aunt or raped my mother. So I'm going to kill her. That should make me feel better. But it doesn't. So until we heal those hearts, those minds, and we build back the confidence of loving yourself, loving all people, not because I'm a Zulu, I'm gonna only love Zulus. No, I'm human. We are a human species. No matter where a dog comes from, you can put a dog from America in Africa, and those dogs will become a pack, and they'll take the other dog, and they will all roam and look for food together. Why can't we do the same as human beings? Because of the psychology. Once someone is hurt, once someone has been betrayed, bullied, mistreated, they have a different perspective on the people that bullied them. I could have easily said, I don't like Zulus. I don't like Africans. Because when I went to school in the third, fourth, and fifth grade, I was bullied every day because I was the only one that looked the way I look. Everyone else was a Zulu, really a Zulu and a
How
Xhosa. So
how was that experience for you? You kept in an orphan
it,
and then you came out of the orphan to go to school.
it was traumatizing. It was traumatizing, and I didn't understand why. In
Mm.
my mind, I was happy to be around family. I was tired of being in the orphanage. I didn't know anybody in the orphanage. We fought for a bed. We fought for clothes. We fought for underwear.
Mm.
So to be in a home with a family, I was excited. I was thrilled. But my own family members called me names because they didn't understand.
Mm.
They also ran away during apartheid from bullets, from AK-47s being shot at them in the midst of war in South Africa, in the village that I grew up in, which is Okunjini. So these people that have been traumatized and killed are looking at me as the enemy because I share the skin color of the enemy, but I'm not the enemy. So to grow up in that environment, I think what saved me was coming to America. Because when I came to America, I saw many people like myself, mixed,
Wow.
multiracial people, to where I was able to say, oh, okay, I'm not different. I'm actually normal. And it took a lot of self-reflection to where I have to understand why those people treated me like that. And when I dug through the history of South Africa and I learned the history of apartheid and what actually happened in that village, listening to stories from my aunts and uncles, even they apologized. I'm sorry for the way I treated you. I didn't know better. So I think learning history, knowing the history, you understand the trauma. Once you understand the trauma and the type of trauma you're dealing with, you know what you need to do, what type of healing process you need to go through. And so
So
that's one way I think psychology can benefit Africa.
yeah, so I just feel so overwhelmed because when you say that when you come to America, that experience, that when you heal and you feel better, it just doesn't feel easy for me because you were leaving your identity, your home where you belong to come to a new place where you feel safe and like you belong to somewhere, like people are accepting you. Because today is still in the 21st century. There is a lot of countries that are going through this identity crisis, racial issues, but they are not. People are not talking that much about it. In each country, they has it. I think either because of the colonial and also the social structure, also the government institution. Do you think there is importance also for more of these stories to come out, for more of the people to tell that stories, and what should be, how is the change is going to look like?
I think that talking about it, bringing it to the table, discussing it, I think will help someone who's probably going through it right now see that, oh, this is not the end of the world. This doesn't have to be my destiny, my legacy. I can change things. So when you mentioned, you don't like the fact that it took me coming to America to be able to feel like I was being accepted. What rang in my head was simply when I came to America, I was just as I was just this person who was different, but they accepted me because I matched them. They don't have nowhere that where they belong. I didn't feel like I belonged anywhere. Americans don't feel like they belong anywhere because they're still looking for their identity. Most of them can't even tell you who their great great grandma is or great great grandpa is. They do not know their heritage, right? So they're just as lost as I was. So when you talk about me coming to America and that's where I finally found my felt like I was accepted is because I was just as lost as them. So we had something in common. But as I got older, I never disliked or hated where I came from. I was never like that. I always just questioned why they treated me differently. And that's what pushed me to learn more about the history. That's what pushed me to educate myself in psychology. That's why I chose psychology, because I wanted to understand human behavior. Like, why do people even do that? Like, why be mean to one another? And I think that was my destiny because now I can be a testimony to someone else or a whole nation who may be going through this. So now I love my country even more because I understand the pain. I understand the struggle. When you look at someone that's been abused and abused, abused, and they survive, it's hard to ask them, oh, you need to be nice. Well, no one was ever nice to them. They don't know how to be nice. Just like children, everything is learned, everything is taught. You teach
True.
children how to be kind. You teach children how to share. If I grew up in a world where all I ever saw was people fight, kill, take, rape, that's all I've ever seen. My mom died, my father died. Not only did apartheid happen in South Africa, but they were given AIDS and HIV. And this was just cause. Let me just see how it's going to work. They were lied to.
Mhm.
People died. Children, I've watched it with my own eyes. Children lose their father, their mother, their brothers, their sisters to HIV and AIDS. Something they did not go out there looking for. The government lied to them. And through a program that the Europeans were doing, they gave most of South Africa HIV and AIDS, trying to kill them off. So if you think about all of that is trauma. All of that is trauma. It's pain. You cannot just think these people are going to be happy people and, oh, everything's going to be love and happy. No, there's trauma we need to deal with. There's this loyalty to each other because that's all we can do is trust one another. But another person, oh no, I don't know what you're bringing over here. I don't know what you're doing. And I see that all around the world. That's not only in South Africa. That's in Ghana. That's in Nigeria. That's in Congo. That's in Brazil. That's in Australia. That's in the UK.
Mhm.
That's in the United States. Everywhere you go, if there's trauma,
Mhm.
there's no
How
loyalty.
how are you
There's no
today?
trust.